Hi friends, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some incredible drugstore dupes and swaps for some of my very favorite cool tone high-end makeup. I'm going to be applying the high-end products to the right side of my face and the drugstore products to the left side of my face. You can see what they look like side by side. I truly love these drugstore products. I have them on my face now and I'm loving the drugstore side even more than the high-end side. So if you want to see what these incredible dupes are, then keep watching. Okay, so I currently have some makeup on my face already that I don't have dupes for. So if you're curious what I'm wearing, then I will list those products down below. We're gonna get started with contour slash bronzer. So the product that I have a dupe for is the Makeup by Mario SoftSculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. This is a very, very popular product. So many people love this, but for me, it never quite worked on my cool undertones. I think the color is just slightly too warm for me. But recently I picked up this Sephora contour stick and it immediately reminded me of this Makeup by Mario formula. These are incredibly similar formulas. This is just kind of in a pan and this is in a stick, obviously, but they're so similar. The shades are not the same, but I think that if you have cool undertones, which chances are you do if you're watching this video, then you're really gonna prefer this Sephora contour stick. So these shades obviously aren't the same. This is the Makeup by Mario. It's a lot warmer than the Sephora collection contour stick, but they feel identical on the skin. The formulas are so similar, and I really think that you're going to prefer this Sephora collection contour stick if you have cool undertones. So let me show you what these look like on the face. I'm going to be applying the high-end products to the right side of my face and then the dupes on the left side of my face. So I'm just going to pick up some of this, and this might look a little bit funny because the shades are so different, but hopefully you can see how similar these formulas are. I actually prefer the stick formula. I think it is so much easier to draw it on my face and then blend it in than it is to have to like pick it up with a brush. I think one of the big reasons people love this Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer is because it is just so easy to blend into the skin and just incredibly easy to use. And this formula is the exact same way. It blends in incredibly easily and is just very beginner friendly. Okay, so this is what the Makeup by Mario Transforming Skin Enhancer looks like. It's actually not looking too orange on me right now, probably because it's the middle of the summer and I do have like a slight tan, but in the winter this is more orange on me. Now I'm going to go in with the Sephora collection contour stick. Also, please excuse my nails. I know they look a little crazy right now. I've been testing out different press-on nails to find the best ones, and anyways, spoiler, these red aspen ones are not my favorite. They keep falling off and are just kind of the worst, so please excuse my half-done nails. Just gonna clean off my brush. And then this is the Sephora collection contour stick on my left side, and this also just blends in so easily into the skin. The texture is the same, like slippy gel cream like consistency that the Makeup by Mario is, which I think helps it to just really melt in the skin so nicely. And they give the exact same finish to the skin. They both don't have any glitter or shimmer in them, and they give like a little bit of a dewy finish. Okay, yeah, you guys, the Sephora collection contour stick is where it's at. This is so good. If you love this, I know you're gonna love this Sephora collection contour stick. And if you've tried this and it didn't quite work for you because of the shade, then give this a try because you're gonna love it for all the same reasons that people love this skin enhancer so much, because the formulas truly are almost identical. The shade is just gonna work a lot better on cool undertones. The next dupe we have, or swap, is for this Kosas Cloud Set powder. You guys know how much I love this Kosas Cloud Set in the shade Candy. This powder is just so nice on cool undertones and especially on fair skin as well. This shade is just perfect. A lot of brands have pink powders, but a lot of them are too dark for me and just show up as like this bright pink on my face. But this one is perfect. But L'Oreal at the drugstore just came out with this Blurfection powder in the shade Light Pink. And these aren't exact dupes for each other because, I mean, this is a pressed powder from Kosas and this is a loose setting powder, but the shades are almost the exact same and they give basically the same effect on the skin. I will say that the L'Oreal Blurfection is a little bit more blurring and mattifying, and the Kosas is slightly more glowy, so keep that in mind as well. But if you've been looking for an affordable pink powder but don't want to spend $35 for this gorgeous candy shade in the Kosas Cloud Set, then definitely check out this Blurfection in the shade Light Pink because you're going to get the same effect, the same like brightening effect as you do with the Kosas Cloud Set. So let me show you guys how these apply to the face. Okay, I like to just tap my brush in and remove the excess and then apply it to the face. This is such a great powder and has been a go-to for me for a long time, but I genuinely do prefer the L'Oreal Blurfection powder. I think that it just sets my makeup better and helps the longevity of my makeup better as well. So this is what the Kosas Cloud Set looks like on my right side. As you can see, there's a good amount of glow still coming through from the products underneath. And then I'm gonna apply the Blurfection powder. The way this just blurs the pores is incredible. This is such a nice powder. And it really is not heavy feeling at all on the face. So even if you have like dry skin or more mature skin, I think you're still really gonna like this powder. I have very dry under eyes and this is never too dry or it doesn't emphasize dryness under my eyes at all. And I also really love this in the more oily parts of my face, like my T-zone, because I have combination skin, and this sets my T-zone and keeps me less oily than the Kosas Cloud Set. Okay, so this is the L'Oreal Blurfection powder on my left side and the Kosas Cloud Set on my right, and they look very similar on the face. They both are very brightening on my skin. Looking close up in my mirror, actually, I think that the Blurfection is slightly more brightening, which I really like, and I also think it just mattified me a little bit more and just really blurred my pores. So I really, really love this L'Oreal powder. I think it is gorgeous. So if you're wanting a pink powder, I would definitely recommend checking this one out. You don't need to spend $35 for this Kosas powder. Okay, now we're gonna apply some bronzer, and the dupe that I have is for the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow. This is the Filmstar Bronze and Glow, and the dupe that I have is for this like bronzer side, and it is the Flower Beauty Heatwave Luminous Bronzer in the shade Sunrise. These are very, very similar. They're both gorgeous cool toned bronzers, like neutral cool bronzers that have a lovely glow to them. These really are very, very similar. I would say the biggest difference is that the Flower Beauty is just a little bit more pigmented. Okay, so this is the Flower Beauty right here, and then this is the Charlotte Tilbury. As you can see, the shades are very, very similar. The Charlotte Tilbury might just be a touch warmer, but they both give a really pretty luminosity. No obvious glitter or shimmer, just a really, really pretty like lit from within glow. This is one of my very favorite dupes. I've always loved this product. It's always hard for me to find bronzers that don't pull too warm on me. And so I was thrilled when I discovered this because it really is such a good one for those of us with cool undertones. But the Flower Beauty one truly is just as good, if not better. And I reach for it on almost a daily basis. Okay, so this is what the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer looks like on the face. So pretty. Now I'm going to apply the Flower Beauty on the left side of my face, and like I said, it's a touch more pigmented, so I like to kind of blend the product into the brush using the other side of the packaging. And then I'll apply it to the face. Yeah, these really are like basically the exact same. So, so pretty. Every time I use this, I just fall deeper in love with it. I love it so much. It's the perfect bronzer. Okay, so this is what the Flower Beauty bronzer looks like on the face next to the Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, next I have a couple of blush dupes for you guys. The first is a dupe for the Pat McGrath Divine Rose blush in the shade Divine Rose. This is a gorgeous blush formula. I love this one so much. The shade is perfect. It's this cool mauve shade that is just so perfect on cool skin. And the blush formula is gorgeous as well. It has this like lovely satin finish that it gives the skin. But a drugstore dupe for it that is almost like an 100% dupe is the CoverGirl Cheekers blush. This blush is so underrated at the drugstore. This formula is absolutely stunning and incredibly similar to the Pat McGrath blush. The formulas are almost the exact same, and so are these shades as well. This is the shade True Plum in the CoverGirl and the shade Divine Rose in the Pat McGrath. I think the Pat McGrath blush retails for nearly $40, I believe. I think it's definitely in the 30s. This is the mini version, which is I think $19. And the CoverGirl retails for under $6, I believe. So such a great price. You definitely don't need this Pat McGrath. You should check out the CoverGirl instead. We have the Pat McGrath blush in the shade Divine Rose on this side. And then here we have the CoverGirl Cheekers blush in the shade True Plum. As you can see, the shades are incredibly similar. They are both cool mauve plum shades. And they also both give a just gorgeous sheen to the skin. Okay, so I'm going to be applying the Divine Rose blush first on the right side of my face. Okay, so this is the Pat McGrath blush. I just wiped off my brush, and now I'm going to apply the CoverGirl Cheeker blush in the shade True Plum. You guys, this blush is so, so good. Okay, so this is what the CoverGirl blush looks like on the left side of my face. And then this is the Pat McGrath on the right side. You definitely don't need to pay almost $40 for the Pat McGrath blush. Save your money and get this $6 CoverGirl blush instead. The final dupe that I have is for the Pat McGrath SatinAllure lipstick in the shade 493 Veiled Rose. One of you guys recently told me to get this lipstick, and I did, and it is so pretty. I love it. But when I used it, it reminded me of a different lipstick that I have in my collection, and that is the Milani Color Fettish matte lipstick in the shade 370, which is called Flushed. And the formulas are a little bit different because this is a matte formula and obviously this is a satin formula, but the shades are pretty similar. Like I said, I used this and it reminded me of this other lipstick that I have. And this Pat McGrath lipstick has been kind of hard to find. It's been out of stock a lot lately, and I'm not sure if it's limited edition or what, but a lot of people haven't been able to get their hands on this that have wanted to. And so if you're one of those people, or if you're just looking for a more affordable alternative to this lipstick, then I would definitely check out this Milani lipstick. It is stunning, and you're gonna get a very similar look. Obviously, this is a little bit more matte, but if you just add like a little bit of gloss over it, then you're basically getting this lipstick. The shades are very, very similar though. Let me swatch these for you guys. Okay, so on this side we have the Veiled Rose lipstick from Pat McGrath. And then on the other side I swatched the Milani lipstick in the shade Flushed. As you can see, the shades are very, very similar. The Milani is just a little bit more pigmented. My swatch looks a little messier, but the colors are very similar. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the Pat McGrath to the right side of my face. Okay, so this is what the Pat McGrath lipstick looks like on the right side of my face. It's such a beautiful shade, the perfect like mid-toned, muted, cool pink shade. Now I'm gonna apply the Milani lipstick in the shade Flush to the left side of my lips. Okay, so on the left side we have Milani in the shade Flushed, and on the right side we have the Pat McGrath. Aren't these shades like basically identical? They look so, so similar on the lips. The Milani is just slightly more matte, but I don't think you can tell much of a difference at all once they're on the lips. These are incredibly similar. I did just go in with a little bit of a lighter hand on the left side with the Milani because it is a little bit more pigmented. So if you just use a light hand to apply this, it looks almost the exact same as the Pat McGrath. So anyways, if you've been wanting the Pat McGrath but you haven't been able to get your hands on it, or you haven't wanted to pay the price for it, then I would definitely recommend checking out this Milani lipstick. It is so good. This is such a great lipstick formula at the drugstore, and you're gonna get almost the exact same look as you do with this Pat McGrath in Veiled Rose. All right, you guys, so those are all of the dupes that I have for you today. Let me know what your thoughts are. Again, this is the left side of my face, which is the drugstore side, and this is the high-end side on the right side of my face. Let me know what you guys think. I always love hearing your thoughts. Which dupes do you think are the best and which ones are you most excited about? Thank you so much for watching. I love making these dupes videos. They're so fun for me. I absolutely love high-end makeup and drugstore makeup, and when I can find drugstore makeup that is just as good, if not better than high-end makeup and save some money, then I love to do that. If you guys have drugstore dupes that you love or that you want me to try, then please let me know in the comments because I would love to try those. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.